This your homegirl, Barboza. Now I'm on Fort Worth County, New York. We are in the motherfucking house. We threw out the construction workers that was working on this apartment. I'm very distrustful of anything coming in that is foreign. And when you turn on your light, that shit is running too. So it's going on my fucking light bill. I'd rather have the fan Birdman bought me almost 2 years ago. That fan is still going strong. You know why that fan going strong? Because I clean the fan. I take care of the fan. I maintain the fan. When I go into my living room area, I got an air conditioner. I maintain it. I keep everything clean. I don't mean to be yelling, but I'm upset. Y'all saw the title. Verdean Americans are the GOAT. My great-grandfather came to this country years ago, way before 1929. Yes, he did. He was supposed to went to Boston, Massachusetts. He never went there. The boat dropped him and his brother off in fucking New York. Shout out to New York, Empire State of Mind. We are in the motherfucking house. We are in the motherfucking house. When my people came from a different country, they didn't get on YouTube and start begging for cash apps. They didn't monetize a YouTube page. They went out and worked. My great-grandfather did construction work. He was a skilled worker, a painter, a plumber, electrician, a sheetrock installer. At that time, they didn't have the sheetrock like the way they got now. But he installed whatever they had to install on those buildings. He built houses. He came over to this country, worked for 5 years, way before 1929. Because at that time, when you came from the Cape Verdean Islands, you had to travel back to Portugal. That's where their father was at. Portugal. Yes, I got white blood running through my fucking veins. Running through my fucking veins. It is what it is. I'm not driving the link today. Not driving the link right now. I want it to be known. When my people came to this country, they was working people. They didn't sit in their house and pretend that they had an exterminator business. They didn't pretend that they had a painting business up. They didn't pretend nothing. They had to work 24/7. And he married great-grandma Barboza, Bertha Epps. He married her. She's a Mohawk Indian. During that time when she was growing up, oh, they took those children out of them homes and put them in reform schools. Those children did not commit not one crime. This is where Jim Crow come back into play after slavery. And people think we don't deserve reparations. Yes, we deserve everything we need to get. Period. My great grandma, Barboza, aka Bertha Epps, she died in 1949. She was 52 years old. Heart attack. They took my grandfather like that. They took everyone they could take. Heart attack, diabetes, heart trouble. What happened to Aunt Ernestine was undescribable. She had heart problems. She said, Ray, you probably got heart problems too. I go and see my doctor every year, twice a year if I need to see if I got these diabetes and heart trouble and hypertension, which is really high blood. I don't have it. I don't have none of that. I don't have no kind of health problems at all. My only health problem is my spiritual problem, my emotional problem. It is what the fuck it is. And we got motherfuckers on this app coming from different countries talking shit about us. Talking shit about us. But when my people came from the Cape Verdean Islands, they didn't ask for welfare. They didn't ask to come on YouTube. They didn't ask to be on social media. They didn't ask for no kind of handouts. Those niggas were working. They worked construction jobs until they could retire. Until they retired. My grandmother never saw a hungry day, never was homeless. Never. Do you know my grandmother could not read until she was 22 years old? Let's talk about Jim Crow. Let's talk about racism in this fucking country. There was one time one of my grandmother's sisters got in trouble at the school. And the sister could not get back into school unless she brought her parent with her. Unfortunately for her, great grandma Barboza was not there. She had already died. She had already died. So what did my great grandfather do? He went to the school with my great aunt, Aunt Cynthia. He went to that school and he walked in the hallways with her. Everybody became afraid. Not because my great grandfather was a big bad man or a tall man or nothing like that. It's because he had white skin coming into a black school. Segregation was real. And when he talked up for his daughter, they said, well, where the mama at? The mama is dead. I am the only parent she got. And you know what happened? They let my aunt back in school. But they kept questioning who her father was. He didn't speak much English. He didn't want to speak English. His English was broken. He spoke broken English. That man came from the Cape Verdean Islands, Northwest Africa. His father is from Portugal. The mother is from Cape Verde. When he came to this country, he said, I don't really want to speak English. But he had to speak English because his children started having babies by dudes that came from the fucking country. That's why he started speaking English. His English was broken. He was from Northwest Africa. He looked like a white man. He had blonde hair. He had blue eyes. But he couldn't help how he looked. I got his nose. I got his nose. Mm-hmm. And I got some of his muscle structure. His bone structure is running through my veins to this day. Shout out to and shout out to him. Great grandfather Barboza. Shout out to you. Rest in peace. Rest in power, my baby. I will see you on the other side. If there is another side. I doubt it. It's only reincarnation. There is no hell. There is no heaven. It's only reincarnation. And all my babies, my great grandfather, my great grandmother, some of their siblings, their aunts, their cousins, people directly related to me that have died, they are reborn. They are back on the fucking earth. I haven't met all of them because the universe don't allow me to do that. But when the universe give me a door, I go through the door. And a lot of my YouTube creators, they don't know, but there's some kind of tie somewhere. My YouTube subscribers, there's some kind of tie somewhere. We are all familiar with each other, but unfortunately for us, we are separated on YouTube. We are in the in-between. We are in the in-between, and we fighting these spiritual wars, fighting these spiritual battles. It's never going to end. Never going to end. Mm-hmm. You know, I didn't drop the link. I didn't drop the link, but anybody can come in and talk this shit. Talk this shit. Talk this shit. I don't care what you want to talk about, but that's what I'm talking about. What happened to my people when they came, when they came here? And they was on friendly terms with everyone. My great grandma Barboza, aka Bertha Epps, she was a Mohawk Indian. She was a shaman. She worked until the day she fucking died. And she employed herself by reading cards, by doing seances, by doing milk baths and all this, massages and all that for different clients. She was well known all throughout New York. Shout out to great grandma Barboza. Shout out to my grandmother for giving me the history of her mother. And don't you know, we had Uncle Lawrence. Uncle Lawrence was my grandmother's brother, my great uncle. And he left from this country and went to fucking Africa. He learned everything he could from his mother, but he had to go to Africa to get the rest of his training. And when he came back to United States, he only came as a visitor, and all my aunts was afraid of him. Every last one. The only one that was not afraid of him was my father. Shout out to Lantrice Charles Smith Sr., my father. Not my grandfather, not my great grandfather, not the father before him. I'm shouting out to my father, my biological father. Shout out to him. That man was a warrior way before he was 14 years old. My father was in the streets at a young age. He was 8 years old when he went into the fucking streets. He was a hustler, and he did everything he could to bring money back to my grandmother's house. That's the way it was back in the fucking old days. That's what we did. We took care of house and home. We took care of mama and daddy and grandparents and whoever was in the house. We did that. Our generation is dying out. The death coach over there will tell you that it's a myth. That bitch ain't lived not one print, not one footstep in my shoes. I don't give a fuck what she say about me over there. Fuck her. And fuck anybody else that's supporting her. Fuck you, Rainy Hot Topics, Lifetime Rainy, Vibes of Rainy. Fuck you, you death coach bitch. Nobody give a fuck what you talking about, you dumbass motherfucker. You drop shot, no name or brand, drag nasty motherfucker. You cheap wearing bitch. You gotta wear makeup to even be on fucking camera. You dumbass bitch. Stop wearing them fucking wigs. Looking like you from the 1960s. You in the 1960s girl singing group, bitch. None of them bitches would ever wanted you. Not the Supremes, not the Shirelles, not the Marvelettes, not none of them. Cause they were so what kind of bitch you really was. You ain't no singer. You're a leech. You're a parasite. You're a dick sucker. You suck more dick than I do on this fucking app, you dumbass motherfucker. And you using your fucking teeth. You sucking Mr. Skinny dick right now, and your mouth, your teeth is cutting into his dick. He gonna throw you under the goddamn bus. He gonna throw that other bitch super notification under the fucking bus. Fuck them two bitches. Fuck them. Shout out to brown skinned lady. This is her birthday. Shout out to her. Love you. Shout out to the Empress Lonnie One Love for exposing the death coach over there. Shout out to Queen Regina and Sister T, Miss 504, Riz, Farmer Girl Nancy, Brooklyn Lady Ellie, and there's a host of others that exposed the death coach over there. Don't nobody tell me nothing about me or none of my YouTube creators on this side, the ones I'm subscribed to. Shout out to my subscribers riding with me. Moonlight, thank you for coming in. I didn't see you right away. Because usually when I get fiery with these videos, my eyes are already closed. I can't see nothing. Now I open my eyes. I see you. Moonlight, shout out to you. Thank you. I love you. I support everything you do. And you down with brown skin lady. You down with So Obly. I'm down with all three of y'all women. Shout out to y'all. Yeah, I'm in my bag right now. I'm in my feelings. I'm in my fucking feelings. When I get in my fucking feelings, and the Empress had to get on my page earlier and said, Ray, do not buy any spirits. No, 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 don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Now, if you want to buy another little beer, buy another little beer. Buy a small beer and go in your house, or buy you a 42 ounce and go in your house and eat some food, and you'll be all right. Don't buy no goddamn spirits. I'm telling you right now. Don't buy no goddamn spirits. Shout out to the Empress Lonnie, my love. That my baby over there. I don't care what nobody say about her. They trying to disparage her. They trying to say this and that about her. Or the other dude, he came up with all kinds of short stories about her. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. I know brown skinned lady likes Sis Rabbit Got a Wrench, but she got to realize Sis is the same thing as Mr. Skinny. If you don't see it now, you will see it later on. You will see it later on. Because these other women ain't lying on Sis. So oddly, love, I know she respects Sis. I respect Sis, but he's a bitch with a dick. On a real note, let's tell the truth. I've been told y'all who I was. I'm Arabia Barboza, 914, Westchester County, New York. The BT 1000, the Jeepers Creeper on YouTube. I've been told you who I was. I never hid who I was. I didn't come up here and say, oh, I'm a life coach. I never said that. If anything, any kind of coach I am is the BT 1000 coach. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Good evening to all of you. I'm so sorry you came on a day when I'm in my bag, a day when I'm in my feelings. That's what females do. I was supposed to go to Birdman house this afternoon. I was so disturbed what was going on in my house with this construction stuff. I said, oh no, I can't leave. I can't leave. And I called Birdman. He said, well, baby, don't worry about it. You come on over here tomorrow. You come to me tomorrow and we will talk about it. But he don't like me to be on YouTube. He truly don't. He feel like y'all, he don't feel like y'all enemies. He just feel like I give y'all too much attention more than I give him. But what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? Because the threat of him being removed from my life was over 3 years ago. I'm the one that took him to the hospital. I'm the one that did the 911 call. I'm the one that chased down the ambulance and pouring rain. I'm the one that picked him up off the ground. He fell out. He told me he felt all kind of pain in his stomach. He fell out. When he fell out, I took him to a dry space. I propped up his head and I called 911. They couldn't find us. All of a sudden, they couldn't find the signal. But when you're out there watching YouTube, they find all kinds of signals. They get all kinds of drones to go in that fucking same building me and him was at. I took him to that goddamn hospital. I sat in the ambulance with him. My baby was crying. He was crying. He was in pain. They gave him that morphine. That baby went straight to sleep. And you know what I did? I went straight to work to try to take care of both of us. I didn't know he couldn't eat the food I was buying from the street, from the restaurants. But anytime I came in that room, I always put like a little thing in his little wallet and put the money in me just in case. And anytime he asked me to do anything, I did it. They put a surgery on him, everything. I was so scary, I didn't know what to do. I became more angry with the men in my life. All of them. Friend or foe, you was an enemy after that. You was an enemy. Now, because all that time has passed, I'm starting to slow down on my attacks on different men. Usually, all you gotta do is stand outside and smoke a cigarette, and the man want to ask you for a cigarette. All you gotta do is say no. All you gotta do, and see how their face change. See how their attitude switches up. A lot of them dudes I be turning down for cigarettes, they really bitches with dicks. They bitches with dicks. They want to say shit, but they don't know how to say it. Because they know I'm an alpha female. They know that. Ain't nothing better beta about me. I ain't never been beta. Never. Could never. All my life, I was treated wrong. I try to treat the world correctly, but I see what's going on. I'm not blind to it. I'm not blind to anything. That's when brown skinned lady said, my birthday is on such and such a day. I said, oh, let me do something for brown skinned lady birthday. You know what I had to do? I had to send her an email and a cash app. That's what I had to do for my baby. I couldn't do nothing else. I couldn't travel all the way to where she lived and throw her a big birthday party. But next year I'll be able to do it. Next year. Same thing with the Empress. Next time she got a birthday, I want to go wherever she's at and throw her a big birthday party or be a part of the celebration to celebrate these two women. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be a drop shot off brand, drag nasty bitch. I don't want to be the BT 1000 for the next 50 years. The universe only knows how long I'm going to live. I don't want to be the BT 1000 all my life. I got to retire from that. I'm trying to retire right now. Nobody wants me to retire. Nobody. Moonlight, thank you for coming in. I know. I'm going to close out this video. But before I close out this video, I want the whole world to know. My name is Arabia Barboza. Arabia Barboza desota. I'm born under that family. I went into the foster care system before I was 2 years old. I was trained, I was raised to be the BT 1000. I was trained. My mother had a downstairs basement. Every Friday, I used to have to spar with different family members and dudes from the neighborhood, young kids. I used to have to fight. But my biggest fight, I couldn't do it. Because that man didn't come with boxing gloves or, you know, just came with soft words and said, Ray, come with me. And he taught me a lot of stuff about sex. And when I started visiting those sex magazines, those Penthouse, the different sex magazines at that time, Hustler, all that. I used to see all that. I'd be like, yo, that's what a woman supposed to do? So when the man approached me again, and I started getting older and older, I said, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this and do it. He said, no, oh, no. He got scared. He got scared. I started getting aggressive with him. Every time I saw him, I started slapping him upside his head. I wasn't that tall, but when he sat down, I'd slap him upside his head and say, fuck you, and walk away. Because he had me believing from 9 all the way until I was 14, he was going to marry me when I got a little bit older. He said, nobody going to understand if you get married at 14. Nobody's going to understand if you get married at 18. You know what happened? We ended up moving from New York to South Carolina. I lost touch with him. I never saw him again. When I got out of prison, 2001, the man died like a month after I got out of prison. My sister called me and told me about that. I said, oh, wow. I hope y'all kept him away from you. She said, after you wrote that letter, when you was in prison, after you wrote that letter, that killed all his action in the house. Nobody wanted him around. Nobody. They tried to deny that happened, but nobody wanted that dude around no more. So he died destitute, brokenhearted. I didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck about me. And every man after him, I replayed the same tape, the same program. Birdman is trying to break me out of the program. He know what program happened. He's trying to break me out of it. That's why he really don't want me to be on YouTube too much, because he feels that other men will encourage my aggressive behavior. Certain women will encourage me to be overly aggressive. That's what New York bitches are. Bitches come from the north, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Boston, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont. They are all overly aggressive. When you go to Chicago, you'll find overly aggressive women. When you go to Pennsylvania, you'll find overly aggressive women. When you go to Delaware, you will find overly aggressive women. When you go to Maryland, you will find overly aggressive women. Why are all these women overly aggressive? Why all of them are assertive in certain situations? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. I'm getting ready to end this video. I'm in my feelings. I'm angry with the whole world right now. I'm not angry with y'all. I appreciate my YouTube creators. I appreciate my YouTube supporters and subscribers. I appreciate all y'all, but I'm in my bag right now. And I told you, it'd be one day I'd be all lovey lovey. The next day I'd be cursing and in my fucking feelings. And it seems like the older I get, the more worse it get. Even on my jobs, I be cursing motherfuckers out. Don't be talking to my coworker like that. Fuck you. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. If I see somebody push one of my coworkers, yo, the fuck is going on? You got a problem? Is there a problem over here? And usually they back off, or a fight ensues. The safety helmets fly off, the jackets fly off. We pressing against each other, men, women. I don't care who it is. Whoever push any of my coworkers or hit them in the wrong way, and they tell me about it, I approach those people. I approach them. They too scary to say anything. They're afraid. Open up your goddamn mouth. This is a construction site. Open your goddamn mouth. Because if you don't open your mouth, they're going to fuck with you. This is just like the fucking penitentiary. Period. Period. It is what it is. I'm out of here. I'm getting too emotional. Moonlight, thank you for coming in. Anyone that came into this fucking chat, thank you for coming in. I'm not saying fucking chat, but thank you for coming into the chat, and thank you for supporting the page. And shout out to Brown Skin Lady and Denver Slutty One Love. I'm so sorry. I'm in my feelings. I'm in my bag right now. I'm in tears right now. So, because I feel like motherfuckers are trying to play me in front of my fucking face. I really do. I'm not talking about the people on YouTube. I'm talking about people in real life, and I had to confront those motherfuckers and throw them out of my fucking house. And then I had to get on the phone with their boss. I'm very confrontational. I'm very aggressive, overly aggressive sometimes. I'm from New York. The penitentiary raised me. Job Corps raised me. My mother, only thing she did was beat certain shit into me. Like she thought she was going to beat fear and respect into me. No. You allowed that man to come in the house and fuck with me. And you knew he was doing it. You knew. And you didn't say anything. Before she died, she called my name. She called my name, not because she wanted to see me, because of the guilt she had. See? She ruined her chances. My biological mother is still living. You know what my biological mother do? She sit right in her house, and she's a recluse. She pretends nothing is happening. She recalled my sisters in New York, my biological sisters, and say, can y'all get in touch with her baby? I want to talk to her. Too late. Too late, because you started all this trouble. You started all. I didn't start it. I'm not the mother. I'm not the grandmother. I'm not the bitch that abandoned her kids and threw them in the fucking. I didn't do that. I never had any children. Never got pregnant. Never had an abortion. Never been married. Never been divorced. But I've been with bitches and I've been with dudes. I see how both worlds get down. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I want to retire. But there is no retirement. I used to be a part of a street organization. I'm still a part of it. I'm still a part of it. I'm not retired. I can never retire from the streets. No matter where I go, I can win $10 million right now and still be in the fucking streets, but not as close. What am I going to have from my entourage? My family members, people from the projects, people from the penitentiary, people from Job Corps. The only one I trust to be my security, like if I was to be a celebrity like Madonna or somebody like that, I would hire all blood members, all Vice Lord members, Four Quarter Hustlers, anybody from the People Nation, Latin Kings, Latin Counts, the Mickeys, the Renegades. That's who I would hire. Maybe a few black gangster disciples, but not much. It is what it is. Sugar, Arabia Barboza, signing off. Signing off. I forgot the name of this title because I'm already in my feelings and I've been drunk for a little bit. But I'm already in my fucking feelings. And I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the way Skinny is treating brown skinned lady. I'm tired of the death coach over there talking her bullshit. You can talk all the shit you want, bitch. You can talk all the shit you want. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. And none of the words you will ever speak will ever hurt me. Because I know you inside and out. And I don't give a fuck what nobody say. The death coach over there, Rainey, is a cripplette. She is a gang member. Just like Queen Regina said. Shout out to Queen Regina for exposing the death coach over there. Peace out, New York loved one. I'm out of here. Peace.